Hello, subscribers. Due to the frequent comments of certain aspects of two particular what ifs, I am making this video before the next what if to clarify a couple of things. So, let's begin with the one that people have been causing a lot of noise over the most in the comments. And that would be what if Uh, what if Deku was a eliatrope? Now people have been asking if Deku is weaker than Yugo and all that, and saying that he shouldn't have a power, uh, one for all and all that. But okay, a little heads up. Everyone who is not caught up with the manga, especially in the latest chapter, skip about 10, 20, 30 maybe seconds ahead right now. Okay, basically, Shigaraki is going to have both one for all and all for one, and calling it destruction for all. So yes, even if he can't, he doesn't have a power to destroy a city, then he needs one for all to match that, to survive that kind of something like that. Also, Yugo is so freaking strong because, as it turns out from the series of Wakfu, Yugo is actually the heliotrope god. So, the half-breed son between a human woman and an heliotrope man, basic heliotrope citizen, I would assume, especially since his dad isn't immortal, that he won't be as strong as Yugo. And Yugo did a lot of his craziest feats while being juiced up from the Dophuses and or the Elia Cube, or you know. So that is the clarification on why Deku tends to get one for all, even with powers that seem quite powerful and all that. Now that that's taken care of, I switch over to this one. People have been asking about the sensing of souls and such. The reason why Asta was able to sense the soul inside the grimoire so easily, because it was an abnormal feeling that was being more prominent due to the fact it was inside of a book instead of an actual body like a soul is supposed to be. There was a comment of why he didn't sense the oddity of Captain Bonjet's soul. It's partially because it's in an actual body, not a book where it's not supposed to belong. And it's also because that the bodies that they are in are reincarnated forms of their elf bodies in human form. Therefore, those souls are compatible with those bodies. So unless he actively uses his magic to see the souls, he doesn't sense the abnormalities of it or anything like that, because they're in a body where they belong, in a body that is compatible with their souls. And for metaphorical reference, to give you a point of how to view it, a soul inside a body where it belongs is the equivalent of something inside of a box. You only see it if you open the box, which in this case would be Asta using his magic on their soul to see it. As for the soul in the book, it's a lot more noticeable for him because it's basically the equivalent of having a lamp on your nightstand. It's hard not to see it. It's especially when the demon soul inside the grimoire is exuding a lot of hate for its own race. Now then, I think I clarified some of the things about these what ifs. I hope that it will calm everybody. I hope it will help calm the constant sane questioning in this. Which, one second, I did forget something. For the eliatropes, the beginning, we know about the ones hatching from the eggs, the dophuses, where an eliotrope and a dragon are born. There is not a lot of. That's how we typically know about the first eliotropes. But what happens when an eliotrope has a kid with another eliotrope? You really think they can push out that the woman is capable of developing a jeweled egg and pushing it out, especially if the eliotrope ends up marrying and having a kid with a human? A human woman is not designed to lay or grow an egg inside her. How would that work? I would like to know this. How do you expect a human woman to to grow a giant jewel egg with two living beings inside of it? And then, all right, that's the argument I'm stating. There isn't a lot of info. We know the beginning of the eliotropes, that they came from the dophuses. But even in the history of the eliotropes, in the flashbacks and all that, it looked like there was a lot more eliotropes than there were dragons. Now, isn't that right? So I would imagine that an eliotrope with an eliotrope would make just an eliotrope baby, not a dragon baby. And as for the eliotrope with a human, I would imagine that it would be a half-breed eliotrope, no dragon. And second, and finally, a dragon laying an egg does make sense. Mostly because it's a dragon. So I would, and since there are eliotropes and dragons are connected like that, if they have the capability of laying an egg, it will most likely have a dragon and an eliotrope in it. Also, if you forget some of the other immortals in this series, in the Wakfu series, were children of dragons, and they did not, and they were technically not eliotropes, and they did not have a twin who was a dragon or an eliotrope. So, thank you. I hope you understand my reasoning, and I hope this will answer the questions of why why these what ifs are the way that they are, as well as why Heliotrope Deku does not have a dragon twin, as well as why Ultra Sans Asta did not pick up on the strange soul that Captain Vonage has right now. So I thank you for listening, and I hope you understand my reasoning for these what ifs and how they're set up. Thank you. Having a good day. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring the bell for future notifications. I'm sorry if I seem a little agitated. I have been going back and forth with multiple subscribers in the comments on these two particular points of these what ifs. So thank you and have a good day.